Hello guys, this is leathertoolz. Today I'm going to review a one special scissor. This is probably the best and the most expensive scissor that I've ever used, and I'm pretty shocked that this kind of scissor was existed, and I'm very happy that I got in my hands on, because I have to first tell you that you can't really buy these scissors anymore. They are discontinued. So if you probably wonders where to get them, you can get them new. Obviously, if you find any seller that still has a stock, you can. But officially, this scissor is discontinued. So the scissor name is Swissors. So you probably know it by the name. They are a Swiss company who made this scissor. It's a made in Switzerland scissor. So it's a Swissors. So that's a quite good name. You can probably Google it, find on eBay, and you might get it. This scissor costs around between 300 euros to 400 euros. I did see one seller sold in Japan, so if you are in Japan, if you're Japanese, you can still might get them in Japan. Otherwise, I don't know where you can find these. They are very special. They look very special looking. Also, you know, they have. Let me show you first. They have multiple pivot points. Yeah, unlike other scissors, there's a lot of different pivot points, and as you can see, as I press the lever down, can you see what is the difference really special about these scissors? This bottom blade stays on the spot, okay? Whereas normal scissors, this is scissors from Swissors, you can't really do it, okay? This other way also doesn't work. So this is also a handy function later on, so I'll just explain you what it is, what's the difference about, and it has a really great features, and I really like about this scissors. So I want to show you this very special documents that Swissors comes with. If you want to read the whole thing, you can also read it by yourself. So basically, it tells you the advantage and why it has to be like this and so on. So if I tell you briefly about this, this scissors gives you very less effort to cut through materials, even thick materials. Yeah, and this hinge system provides a adjustable cutting force to the thickness of the material you're cutting. So even if you're cutting very thick material, your hands will not get so much of stress. So it cuts through the material very easily without too much effort. But I want to say though, it's not something like you will just cut it like without not applying any force at all. You did need some force, but then it really significantly reduces the force that you're cutting material with. Yeah, and like I showed you previously, the bottom blade stays flat. Yeah, only the top blade moves. So it gives you very much higher precision when you're cutting through a material. If you're cutting something, you can stand your scissors on the flat surface, on the work surface, and you can just cut through the material very easily. Yeah, and the blade, it has very good strength, and also holds a very sharp edge. So when you're using it, it stays very sharp, and it has a special coating. It's called titanium nitride. Titanium nitride coating is very interesting. So with it just coating itself, it really protects the blade from wearing out too fast. So titanium nitride coating, if you don't know what it is, I'll show you. So can you see these gold lines in the scissors? Yeah, these gold lines. Can you see this? This is titanium nitride coating. So it has very good even gold color, and this titanium nitride coating really protects the surface. It's usually done in many metal cutting saws, circular saws. When the high-speed steel blades cut through the toughest steels, it goes through the harsh condition of friction and heat and a lot of mechanical stresses. But this type of titanium nitride coating stands out even one of those very severe stresses cuts. So if it's done to the scissor blades, it will really survive for a long time. So unlike other coatings, I'm very aware of some of the coatings that's done on the materials. And usually, like paints and coatings, they don't last forever. They do wear out. But titanium nitride coatings are one of the one of the most durable coatings when it's done to cutting tools. So you don't have to worry about coatings wear off too early. It's just it's there on the both sides of the blade, so it will cut through many materials. It will last you a very long time. Yeah. And when the blades wear out, you don't need to worry about sharpening these scissors. I think I can sharpen the blades as well, but obviously if I sharpen it, I will lose the coating for sure. Yeah, this coating it's not so thick. It's just only the surface of the blade, so it will be wear off if I sharpen the blade. But they do sell this type of replacement blades. So all you can do is you can just unscrew this screw, and then you can just replace the blades. There's other option as well. They have a serrated blade, so it has a very small teeth into the blade. So when you're cutting slippery material like Kevlar or any type of a synthetic material which is very soft and slippery, if you have a serrated teeth version, you can cut through those very well, rather than this smooth one. Obviously, if you have a smooth blade, your cutting sides of your workpiece will be much cleaner than you have a micro teeth serrated blades. It doesn't matter if you have already smooth blade or serrated blade. You can just buy the replacement blade. You can just change it. And thankfully, these blades are still made or still in stock in lots of distributors. I live really close to a city called Solingen. Solingen is a knife city, and they make scissors and knives and clippers and all that stuff. I've called one of their guys who distribute these in Germany, and they said this is discontinued, but they don't know why they don't make this anymore. They just don't sell these scissors anymore. But they do have stock on the blades, so if you have this scissors already, don't worry about just yet, because you can still get the blades. Yeah. So speaking of manufacturer, let's take a look at it. So if you see this, they are made by Wenger, okay, or Wenger if you're from other country, maybe you call it Wenger, but I think I know it as a Wenger or Wenger. Yeah, they make the Swiss Army knife, one of those blades that you have multiple blades in them. I think they are acquired by other Swiss company as well. So they are Swiss company, and they also have a contract with, I think it's Seetag. It's another Swiss company. So Wenger makes for Seetag, and they have a patent about this design, and they have won a good design award in Japan, yeah, and also design award in Switzerland as well. So it is very interesting, and to see here, they have a lot of application when it comes to cutting material. So paper and cardboard up to 1,000 grams per square meter. So you can cut through really thick piece of paper very easily, yeah. And brass band, cables, cord straps, belts, silk, leather, which we are most interested on, and jean fabric, synthetic fur, thread, fabric, plastic, metal, foam, synthetic material, fiberglass cloth, nylon, Kevlar, and Normax. Yeah, so I was very interested to see the fiberglass as a cutting material, because fiberglass can be quite harsh to anything that's cutting, because steel and fiberglass, not so good combination. Yeah, it can be very tough. So without further ado, let me just try to cut this some piece from the as a demonstration. Yeah, so this is just a pizza box you might just as familiar with. Yeah, this is right-handed one. Even though I'm lefty, I will just use my right hand. So just it cuts very well, really. It doesn't really leave you any fatigue too much, really. It feels really sharp scissors. Yeah, one of the scissors that's really well made. I can feel it. That's really it cuts through material very well. Now let's try to cut fabric. This is socks. Yeah, it cuts very well. So yeah, the fabric material also. I'll try to maybe fold it double like this. Yeah. So if I fold this into here, now it's 4 times thicker. Let's try to cut this as like this. Oh, it cuts very well, yeah. Like this. Cuts really well. And also leather. Oh, this is 0.8mm vegetable tan leather. It just cuts through leather very well. Clean. So, like I said, if you're cutting leather, you want to leave a clean surface on the cutting edge, right? So if you have a serrated blade, it tends to grab material much better, but at the end result, when you're leaving the space, the surface finish will not be clean. So this is the better with the non-serrated, just plain blade works much better. Yeah. So when you're using for leather application, at least I recommend it for plain blades. Okay, it just cuts through material very well. It's so smooth, really. And if you hear the sound of it, let me hear you just sound. Can you hear it? Like, it's so clean, and I can feel that this scissor is made with a high precision. The blade is touching it by themselves, like touching each other. So smooth. It's really incredible that Swiss guys make stuff so well that I'm very impressed by Swiss-made guys, Swiss-made products, really. Yeah, like this. So let's try to cut some more thick leather. Yeah. So this is 2.2 or 2.3mm vegetable tan leather. It's more thick one. Yeah. So let me just cut it like this. Yeah. It cuts very well. Now let's try to cut thicker leather. This is about this is glued 2 pieces together. This is horse leather. This is about 5mm thick. It's quite thick leather, and the horse leather is much tougher. So I think this leather is more troublesome. Yes, there you go. Yeah, and I can see that there is some distortion on the cutting sides. I see there is no distortion when cutting with 2.3 or 0.8mm thick leather. I just see a clean cut, like if I cut it with a knife. But with a thick leather, at least with a horse leather, I see a lot of uneven surface on the sideways. If you guys can see it though, also, yeah, it's not so much clean, but it does cut the leather. So, and I see it takes quite a lot of effort, and you can hear by sounds. I am pushing it much harder, so the blade snaps back, snaps shut. I mean, snaps shut to the place. So I think this is the limit. Horse leather, about 5mm thick leather, you can cut through. But I think if it goes above that, you will have a trouble to cut it, or you might ruin the alignment of these joints, which you don't want to do, because scissor, what's important is the scissor blade has to touch each other when they cross it. If they have a space between 2 blades, I think I explained this in reviewing other scissors. If there is too much space between 2 blades, your blade will just skip it. Yeah, your blade will not cut through the material. It will just skip it through the material, like just, you know, like skip it. You know what I mean? Between 2 blades. Yeah. So you need to have a very tight tolerances between these two blades. Yeah. So don't mess with these joints too much. Don't apply too much force. And also don't drop your scissors, whether it's $1,000 scissors or $1 scissors. Don't drop them. If you drop them, you might bend the shape of the blade, and also it might end up leaving the gap between the blades. So it's always better to not to abuse your scissors. Okay, so that's my opinion about the scissors. And yeah, sadly, I normally don't review any tools that you guys cannot really purchase anymore. But some of the guys left a comment in the other videos that what is the scissors, and they want to know what kind of scissors that I was using, and they were interested. So I just wanted to show you what it's like, so that at least you can find some used one somewhere in another part of the world. Maybe it's possible. Yeah. So just in case you might guys wonder, this is Fiskars left-handed scissors made in Finland. I am left-handed, so this one was just for me. And also this is also the Fiskars brand. I already did review on this one. Easy action scissors. Just cut through. This cuts leather quite well too. If you are still interested into buying a scissor for leather, this is the one. I will leave the link in the description where you can get the scissors. This one is cheap and really functions well, and easy to use, and really comfortable because of the spring. You can just squeeze in, and that's it. So, alright. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I have more tool review videos coming up, and I hope you guys have a great day. So, thanks for watching guys. I'll see you guys next video. Bye bye.